Good morning, Facebook family and friends and YouTube subscribers. Today it is Friday. It is February 19th of the year 2016. So on Facebook, there's a video going around of a rapper named Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates did an interview with a radio station about Black Lives Matters and why he felt that the Black Lives Matter movement, some of the problems that he saw with the Black Lives Matter movement, and why he kind of preferred that he was saying that all lives matter. Now, a lot of people are pissed about this man's statements that this rap. I'm not very familiar with Kevin Gates' music. You have to remember, I'm a 46-year-old man. I'm not into the latest hip hop music. I haven't bought a CD. In fact, the last CD I purchased was Tony Braxton and Babyface did a CD about love, war, and divorce, and that was a couple of years ago. So I don't really purchase. Oh, I did buy Adele CD, and I did just download Rihanna CD. I did purchase it with $13.99 on iTunes. Good, decent CD. But I'm not really into a lot of hip hop music, so I don't know anything about Kevin Gates' music. I haven't listened to it. I may Google some of it just to see what it's about. But if it's rap and hip hop, I'm definitely probably gonna tune it out because I'm just not at that phase of my life anymore. That was 30 years ago when I was just to LL Cool J and the people like that. And so anyway, he made this video, this interview, in which he spoke about Black Lives Matter. I'm going to give you an example. What if Taylor Swift went on the Grammy Awards, took her fist, held it up in the air, and said, "White lives matter. White power." What if Taylor Swift did that? How would Black Americans look at that? I think we all begin looking at TV like this. What did she just do? Did Taylor Swift just say white power? We'd be looking kind of wild at the TV screen because we would not understand or comprehend what she's doing or what she's saying. So, I am a black man. Yes, I've had my difficulties with the police. Yes, I know that black folks suffer a lot of terrible, atrocious police brutality, all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, I'm not a fool. I have white friends who've had the same problems. I have Hispanic friends who've had the same problems. I know Asian guys who had the same problems. There have been Asians killed by police brutality, whites killed, black, Hispanics killed. We can't ignore all these people and focus on black lives only when it comes to police brutality. So I understand what he was saying in that interview. I understand a lot of what he was saying, but a lot of people didn't understand. A lot of people were pissed. A lot of my Facebook friends were angry about this because how dare he downplay Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. Well, yeah, Black lives do matter, but do white lives matter and the Asian lives matter? And that's not watering down anything. It's accepting the reality that if we want to have any progress with the Black Lives Matter movement, then it needs to change. And it's going to have to change to include all lives matter. Because we're not just here on planet Earth by ourselves. There's a whole hell of a lot of people going through a whole lot of issues, not just black folks. And I'm a black person, so I understand why people are focusing on Black Lives Matter. I get it. I do that all the damn time. I'm very quick to tell people on my Facebook page, I'm worried about black folks and their issues. But you want to start a national campaign. You want to make national change. You want to change the whole face of how police handle suspects and how police treat people, period. Then we need to begin looking at it differently. That goes back to the example I used with Taylor Swift holding up her fist saying white power and white lives matter. I think we would all be a little bit kind of looking at our TVs very strangely. So when I see black white people not quite understanding the Black Lives Matter movement, of course they don't get it. They're not black. So I don't expect them to understand it. I'm a black gay man. I don't expect anyone to understand what it's like to be a black gay man unless you are a black gay man. Because you couldn't understand what I've been through or what I'm going through. You'd have to be in my shoes. So I don't expect white folks to worry about what's happening with us, but we can get them involved and worry about what's happening to them and us. We can get them involved and worry about Hispanics, get Hispanics involved in it. We can get blacks involved in it. We can get whites. And see, now we got something that's tangible that can help us. Everyone. Helps blacks, helps whites, helps Hispanics, helps Asians. Right? That's how I view it. I don't think if we continue down that path, just screaming Black Lives Matter, forget everybody else, which is what it kind of looks like to other races. What about us? Our lives don't matter? That's what other people are possibly thinking. Not a lot of people are going to get pissed about this video because they're going to say, oh, you're destroying the Black Lives Matter movement and black folks are suffering this and black folks have been suffering shit from day one since they arrived in this country. What can I do about that? We never get nothing accomplished if we ignore everyone else and just focus on us. Especially when it comes to police brutality and issues involving police. If we want to make some changes, then we got to include everyone. That's why I think I have to agree all lives matter. That's not watering down the black lives that have been lost at the hands of police brutality. It's accepting the fact that police have overstepped their boundaries with many races. And they need to be, the whole concept of what it means to be a police officer, how to handle suspects, how the treatment of suspects, or treatment of people, of human beings by the police has to change for everyone. And if all you have to do is say, I've seen plenty of stories where whites have had issues with the police, some of them ended in death, innocent people who hadn't done anything. Whites, Hispanics, Asians, this happens. This is not a problem just black folks facing. It might feel more personal to black Americans because we're living this lifestyle. Now, one thing that I must say that Kevin Gates said, because he had his issues with the police too, and he had to change how he deals with the police. He's matured. He's not a kid anymore. I don't know much about him, but based upon what he said in that video, which I think a lot of you all might want to look it up and look at, he basically in his conversation, he said that what he was saying I'll put it in my own words, but basically he had matured as an adult. And now when he is approached by police, he treats them with respect and they treat him with respect. Well, hell, that's where I've always been. I've never had any problems with the police. Yeah, I've been arrested a bunch of damn times. But each time I was arrested, I've always treated those officers with the same respect I treated my friends and family, my mother. I don't go be belligerent about anything. You'll never see me yelling and screaming and hollering up at McDonald's about a damn hamburger that's not cooked properly and they ain't got the right amount of ketchup and onions on it. So if a police officer comes to arrest me, especially if I know I've been arrested for some things I really didn't have any, I've been arrested a few times for some things I really didn't have anything to do with. I just happened to be there at that spot and things were going down and I was locked up. Unfortunately, I could have stood there and argued with those officers, but I knew better. I got in the back of that police car and I was at home in a few hours, a day or two later, I was at home. I was not going to fight and argue with these police officers, be acting a damn fool on the side of the street corner for what? Cup of coffee. Yeah, I get what Kevin Gates was saying. And I think if the Black Lives Matter people want to have progress, then they're going to have to really seriously begin thinking about making some changes. The focus cannot just be on African Americans and Black Americans and the police brutality. And if you really want to get something accomplished, then we have to include everybody. You have to. I don't think the civil rights movement was just about black folks. It was about everyone. Everyone being able to do what they wanted to do. Now, I know a lot of people, like I said, are going to beat me up over this video because black folks, as soon as they get on this tangent, how dare you play down the Black Lives Matter movement ain't going no place without white folks being involved in it. Wake up, folks, and recognize it cannot move forward without white people being involved because we need their assistance. So they're going to have to be involved in it. We're going to need some Asian folks, and we're going to definitely need a whole lot of Hispanics and Mexicans involved because there's a lot of them in this country who are facing some very serious issues when it comes to police. And here's the funny part about Hispanics and Mexicans when they're involved with police. We don't hear much about it because many of these Hispanics are here illegally, so they don't have they can't really go march on TV complaining about what happened to them at the hands of police officers because many of them are just not all, but some are here illegally. And some of these officers take advantage of that situation and treat these Hispanics disrespectfully. So, with that said, I understood what Kevin Gates was saying. I don't want people to be angry with me about this video, but I do feel that if the Black Lives Matter movement would like to accomplish something, it's going to have to include other races. And it's going to have to move from just being a work and focus on the issues of black people at the hands of police officers, but it also have to focus on the issues of police brutality with all races. And then let's see what can be accomplished once everyone feels I'm included in the movement. Blacks, white, Hispanics, Asians, everyone's protected, and we are all able to move forward and protect everyone from police brutality. I think we might be able to get a lot more accomplished. That's just my opinion. If you like my videos, share them with family members and friends. I look forward to reading you guys' feedback about should the Black Lives Matter movement now just focus on all lives matter, or should they continue to just focus on black lives and at the hands of being killed at the hands of police brutality? Curious to hear you all's thoughts. I look forward to reading your comments and views, and get out and enjoy your Friday. I'm out of here. You guys have a great day.